starting the mount today. So we're in the mount, one of those things that happens rarely, usually with newer people, but that I've seen upper belts struggle with because they forget how to sort of work out of this problem that they find themselves in, is when they get to the mount and they're kind of in low, working on bettering the position, getting a high mount, the bottom person will start to wrap their arms around and hug the person towards them, which, as silly as it seems, cuts off a lot of my submission attempts. If I try and get any kind of crossed collar or anything like that, his head is glued. I can't change an angle very well because he's stuck to my chest and my hips are locked in place. So, the old school easy way to get out of this. We're going to posture up using our hands because our hands have no fear of being rolled or anything like that. He's not trapping my arms in any way because he's on my body. We'll lift our chest up. We're going to step up one of our legs. Doesn't matter which one. So for this instance, I set my left leg up, high to my foot. We end up here. This is going to let us start to posture up more and shelve up. We can create some distance between our partner's head and our chest. When I'm down low, Tad's head is up by my chin and shoulder, and I don't have room to get in here to push. But when I posture and come up here, I create this room. So my forearm will just go right on Tad's neck. I'll push down on his neck and up with my head. I'm going to keep the hand on the same side of his arm fairly close when I'm pushing. I don't want to be way out here because I don't want to trap this arm once I create that break. So my body and my hand are sort of connecting on our partner's arm here. So two things are going to happen. One, your partner will either have a straight arm up towards your armpit here, or two, the thumb will be turned down and the arm will be bent and around your hip. If the arm is straight up, we're going to keep pushing our partner's head towards the mat. My knee is going to start to come in towards their shoulder. We're going to be putting pressure here. So I don't want my foot right next to their back because we don't have a very good inward push. And if Tad were to bump me to this side, there's a good chance I'm going to lose balance over there. So we keep this knee at an angle, maybe 6 to 8 inches away from your partner's shoulder, inwards. So if the arm is straight, as we start to lean to the side, it's going to start putting pressure on the elbow for a straight arm lock. It's probably the worst submission in the world though, because there's no control over the turning of Tad's arm. So as I lean into him, he can easily turn his elbow so that it bends. And now he's bending the way an elbow bends as opposed to hyperextending. So that's what we want though, because once that elbow bends, it's difficult for him to re-straighten it as long as I have this pressure inwards and my chest leaning to the side on his arm. So once we're in here and we have the arm bent, we've gone over some of the possible options of our partner building up their base and pulling the arm out and things like that. We're going to go over real quickly our basic shoulder lock here, and then we'll move on with some troubleshooting things that sometimes happen. So I've gotten here, I'm putting that pressure down. I'm going to start reaching back with my wrist behind my partner's wrist. So we're kind of wrist to wrist here. Now I'm just going to push my hand through to about my forearm. I don't need to go elbow deep. And as I push that wrist through, I'm kind of pushing his hand down to keep that bend in it if he's trying to straighten it out. So we get to about here. Now this hand's going to reach over, go palm to palm with a gable grip. Remember, this hand that digs is palm down, the other one palm up. We close our elbow over the tricep on this side, and we're just going to very slowly, we're closing the elbow on the inside, we're going to raise the elbow on the left side, on the outside, and we're going to rotate our shoulders back towards the head. And it doesn't take very much to get the submission here. Some people have bad shoulders. As you dig in here, may already be tapping, so be careful. Don't just jam this in here super hard. An easy push through, keeping the knee pinched in. And we're just closing one elbow, opening the other, and slowly turning back. So again, we've gotten here to the mount. Our partner wraps around and holds us. Sometimes they might not be fully squeezing. Sometimes I might just have one arm resting up here. That's still an indication we can do this. It's just going to, you don't have to break the grip on the head at all. We can just step up, lean to the side, and we're already here. So again, I've gone to the side, so Tad's turned his arm thumb down. I'm not going to lift up my chest to reach back here. It's going to give Tad space to turn this arm and pull it out. I'm really doing a lot of the reach with my arm. I turn back as far as I can while keeping my chest pinched, and now my arm digs back here. I can't see what's going on. You got to feel it. Go under. Now I can see my hand. I bring my other hand over, we keep that pinch, and it's a very slow turn. One of the things you might see happen if you lose this pressure here is as you go to turn the arm, it's going to start to straighten out or twist and free. That's just an indication that you're not leaning onto that forearm. I feel them on my ribs here. You should feel that pressure of the arm the whole way through. When you make this position, and even as you finish it, you should still feel that pinching sensation on the side here. Last time, we're here, I step up, posture, push. Try and bring your partner all the way to the mat here. Just keep pushing them down. My foot pinches. Weight-wise, I'm not leaning super high up here. I want to have weight on my partner's hips. So I'm sitting back a little on my butt on their hips, pinching the knee in, leaning to the side. Turn as far as you can. You shouldn't probably still be able to see the arm at all. Just reach back now. Go under the forearm. Reach back, palm down, the scooping hand, the other one's palm up. Pinch on the tricep, and slowly open up with your elbow. I have flexible shoulders, this one gets me. So careful with how far you go, because if it gets me, it gets pretty much anybody. Just be nice and gentle with this one, all right? Questions on it?